Casey's Audio Vault.
Bryan Crouch from Hail the Villain.
September 13th, 2010.
Hey, Casey, how you doing?
I'm okay. How about you today?
Oh, pretty good. Just having a day off here in Texas.
So this is on the Rockstar Energy Drink Uproar Festival.
Yeah. So we're currently in Amarillo, just hanging at a Walmart.
Why would you choose Walmart out of all the places to hang out?
I think just because this is what every band does. Like, I mean, we'll come here, then Airborne will swing by, and just just all the bands come here and spend their days off, I guess, getting shopping done they need to get done.
You park the van in the parking lot and hang out and pick up whatever you need.
Well, we're actually in a bus, so that's why it makes for convenience.
So how has the tour been going so far? Unfortunately, Airborne, not on the Canadian leg of Uproar, but how are the other bands?
Oh, it's been fantastic, man. Like, we've actually been hanging out with Disturbed a little bit, and they've been watching our sets, and we went over yesterday and got some backstage privilege to hang out with them, so it was pretty cool.
They giving you any pointers?
No, just saying, I guess Dave stopped me in the hall yesterday to tell me how much potential he thought we had and how impressed he was at our set, so it was a good feeling.
You had a Toronto gig recently. How was that? Is that almost like a homecoming for Hail the Villain?
No, it was kind of confusing because it was the only stop on the tour that we had to compete with the main stage. So we were on at the same time Avenged Sevenfold was, which was kind of a difficult task, and we had to follow Hell Yeah. So it turned out pretty good, but it wasn't exactly the homecoming we were hoping for. But we'll have that soon enough, I guess, on October 7th. We're hitting Toronto. Do
you consider Toronto as part of your home? Oshawa hasn't really been swallowed up by the GTA quite yet.
Yeah, we consider Oshawa to be our home for sure, and a lot of people would rather us, play an Oshawa date. But Toronto is home to, I guess, all the industry people that we deal with, and we have quite a good fan base in Toronto.
GM is still making cars in Oshawa, right?
GM's making the Camaro, but the truck plant's been closed down, so it's definitely starting to feel the effects of, the same way Flint kind of felt the effects of the Chrysler plant. Is
it mostly cars and hockey on the minds of people from Oshawa?
I have no idea, to tell you the truth. It's such a confusing city right now. I think it's absolutely ass backward. It doesn't really know what it is right now. So a lot of people trying to find work, and I guess the Generals are always going to be a talk of the town. But I'm not too sure. I've been home in so long. I couldn't really tell you.
When you were growing up, was music always on your mind, or were you thinking, maybe I'll work at the plant, or maybe I'll lace up these skates?
I was a hockey player. I actually played AAA hockey for the majority of my youth, and it wasn't until I was about 14 that I decided to hang up the skates and start singing.
I was looking at the bio and I was telling the story about how you kind of quit school and used the student loan money to start your music career. How did your parents like that?
Well, I didn't tell them, so they had no idea what was really going on because I had moved out of the house and got the loan. I was living in my own apartment, so I didn't really say what I was doing, and they weren't really questioning and asking for marks, when you're 18, 19. So essentially I just kind of got away with it until the bill came in, and I'd spent all the $8,000 that my loan was for way earlier than I was supposed to.
That's a good Thanksgiving dinner. Surprise! I'm in a band.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but they've been really supportive, and in the end, they just wanted me to do what was best, and I know that now they feel we've taken the right path, and all has worked out.
What were you in school to do originally, or was it just like first year, kind of all over the place?
Well, I dropped out of high school, so I never got my diploma. So I went back to college before that just to get my equivalent, and then I went to university, and that's where I got my loan for, and I was studying history and literature.
It seems like Hail the Villain's the kind of band that you've got your hand in absolutely everything, so you're constantly learning. There's graphic design. Was it important from the start to have control over the product?
Oh, yeah, and I think every band wants to have control over their music, but I think that when you come to a record company with ideas that are bigger than what they're used to, you're kind of left on your own. If you want to do it, as long as the record company supports it, you can do it, but you've got to figure out how to get it done. So, we always wanted to learn to be more creative than the band beside us and the person beside us. And so, yeah, it's been in our heads since day one to kind of always raise the bar. And that includes the live show, too. We're pushing, I guess, on this next tour after this, we're up with Disturbed, and we'll see that grow with some more production. And that's just the way we got to get bigger and better.
Well, the website is just absolutely amazing. You guys clearly grew up with comic books and have that kind of mindset. Is everyone into it, or is there one guy that kind of spearheaded it?
No, everyone was included. Like, we run our band as a full democracy. There's nobody with a power trip going on here. So essentially, all we're trying to do is get the best idea, and that best idea wins. And Joe was the guy who came up with the comic book idea, but it was the rest of us who really nurtured it and wrote a movie for it and made it grow.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you at MTS Center. It's coming up as a little ways off, October 2nd, Rockstar Energy Drink Uproar Festival. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you there. We'll be rocking out hard.
All the interviews you want on iTunes and at Power97.com. Casey's Audio Vault.
Casey Norman is Power 97's music director and can be heard every weekday from 2 till 6 in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
Power 97 is Winnipeg's best rock.